All right, welcome back, everybody. You're watching Cape Rugby TV. Nice to have you with us. Just before the break, we were taking a look at the results. Super League B this week saw at least Franschhoek against Collegians. And Franschhoek, of course, took the win there, 37-34. Faisal, Franschhoek, that means in Super League B, Franschhoek goes through. We'll take a look at those fixtures, but Collegians has had a great season.
No, they had a terrific season. I think, they're showing what's still to come in that there. And I think if you look at them having their field back, having the training and that there, I think it's a team that's very competitive, that's always in the running. So, I think they will probably feel a bit unlucky, hard done by. The score you can see is very tight.
And then just the Super League C result that we were talking about, Gardens and Peniel Villages. This sees Gardens go through, and that is because of points difference on the log?
No. So basically, Gardens went through based on the amount of tries scored on the day. So they obviously scored more try compared to Peniel, so they would go through.
Okay. All right, folks. So some interesting anomalies then in terms of how the point systems work. This is Hamilton's against UCT. Let's take a look at the first half. All right, there we go. It's, of course, halftime score. Hamilton's leading 24-0. I struggle to believe that score, but that's the score I've been given for the halftime. Jerome, Hamilton's showing that they are certainly in it to win it. I sort of expected the students to come out a little bit more, with a bit more firepower.
Yeah, I think it's... Look, we know Hamilton's, I thought that they could win this game. I think we spoke about last week. But we didn't think that the score will be as bad as this. But yeah, the Hamiltons obviously have a lot to play for.
Do you think UCT in the second half, do you think UCT can still turn it around?
At a score like that?
24-0?
No, I doubt it.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look and see if Hamilton's does, or at least if UCT does turn it around. The halftime score, they're 24-0. There we go. Final result then going in favour of Hamilton's, 41 points to 17. Faisal, Hamilton's, of course, we know what we can expect from them. They are the current league champions. And I'm assuming that Coach Rob Willifier and the team, they'll be looking at getting those last few weeks now. In terms of timing, this is what they're looking for.
Yeah. Look, I think it's now coming down, to the trot now. Basically, it's do or die.
Yeah.
It's the last chance and that there. I think hopefully, everything comes to place. So we'll see what happens this weekend.
All right, folks, let's quickly take a look then at the fixtures at City Park this weekend. Yeah, you can see it up on your screen. It will be, we'll work it backwards. Super League A at 4 o'clock is going to be Villagers and SK Warmers. Super League B at 2 p.m. sees Primrose up against Belhar. And then in Super League C at 12 o'clock is, of course, Young Peoples up against Violets. In the other matches playing on the B field, in Super League A, it's Durbel and Hamiltons. And then, of course, Kraaifontein and Primrose. All Saints will be hosting Gardens. And then there's 4 special teams at the Women's Rugby Division. That's Van der Stel against Busy Bees, Brackenfell against Rocklands, or is that Belleville? But Jerome, if we look at that, it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow on the B field for one of these teams, and it's just the rub of the green, and that's how it works. But Durban is going to be against Hamilton's. One of them is going to be dropping out this weekend.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be do or die. I don't know, Faisal, if you have if the lights are gonna be strong enough, because if they all play 100 minutes, it's gonna be a long, long day.
Well, Faisal, I mean, the way that the competition is going at the moment, you might see a few games go to extra time.
No, definitely. I think if you look at the timings, we sort of catered for that. That's why you've got the 2 hours difference in that there. So
yeah.
I think the one thing is, having a tournament or having the finals and that, you want to keep the crowd and spectators there. So, it's a bit difficult trying to manage the time. Like Jerome says, possibility of an extra time. So we've tried to cater for that as well. So, yeah, looking forward to...
All right, folks, we'll talk more about that when we come back after the break. We're still going to take a look at some of the highlights of some of the teams playing in the, what do we call this, the top 6?
Yeah.
Challenge Cup?
Championship, yeah.
Champions Cup.
Yeah.
Champions Cup. Champions Cup. We'll take a look more at the fixtures in the Champions Cup when we come back after the break. Don't go away.